Hi, welcome to the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week. I'm Allegra Houston. My creative collaborator, James Nave, can't do the Zoom with me today because he is at the Lake Eden Arts Festival, the Leaf Festival outside Asheville, North Carolina, which has been going for about 30 years. And he has been there on the board of it from the very start. And he taught two workshops before coming onto the Zoom today at noon Eastern time, and he was off teaching another one right now. So it's just me. And this is what we do every Saturday and also Thursday afternoon, Saturday at noon Eastern time, Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We meet on Zoom with whoever wants to join us from many places in the world. We've had people calling in from Russia and Japan and Australia and Kosovo and Portugal and all sorts of places, South Africa, Rwanda. So maybe you'll join us yourself one of these Thursdays or Saturdays. And just so you know, it's free. You don't have to pre-register. Just turn up on time with pen and paper, and you will always find the Zoom link in the footer at imaginativestorm.com. If you join our mailing list, you'll also get a reminder from our Substack newsletter. So this is what we do. We choose an image in advance to use as a prompt. We put it up on the screen for 2 minutes, and everybody generates a list of words. Whatever words pop into your head as you look at this image for 2 minutes, just write them down in a list, not joined up writing, just a list of words or short phrases. You know, you'll see when I read the list, some of the, for example, I long for the beach was one of the items on our community list today. So single thought phrases or single words. And here is the image now. After everyone has generated their own personal list of words, we go around the Zoom room and collect one word or phrase from each person to create a community list, which functions as a kind of collective imagination. And I will read that to you now. You might like to write these words down as I read them out, but don't worry if you don't want to, if it's not convenient or you can't keep up or whatever. I will put the list up again on the screen during the 10-minute writing time for you to refer to. So here is today's community list. Fig leaf. Can I spend the night? Hoping. Look at me. I'm okay. A frozen gnome. Lost in thought. Help me, Rhonda. Frozen hat. I long for the beach. Monstrous child. Snow bath time. Bikini weather. A snow G-string. He's lost a foot. Beach body. The last word. Postal. Snow-capped. On a pedestal. I'm too sexy for this snow. Actually, I'll redo this without the footsteps. That'll be better. Okay, here we go. Fig leaf. I'm going to wait for you to not be walking because I'm recording this. So just it's all right. It's this part is only audio, so I can wait for you and just redo this, and then I have to put the thing together. So don't worry. Okay. Fig leaf. Can I spend the night? Hoping. Look at me. I'm okay. A frozen gnome. Lost in thought. Help me, Rhonda. Frozen hat. I long for the beach. Monstrous child. Snow bath time. Bikini weather. A snow G-string. He's lost a foot. Beach body. The last word. Postal. Snow-capped. On a pedestal. I'm too sexy for this snow. Brr. Grotesque. Stuck here. So that is our community list for today. And basically, I kind of look at this as toys. So, you know, if you put a child in a playpen and don't give it any toys to play with and say, play, what's it going to do? It's going to think, I don't know how to play. And that's where writer's block comes from. A lot of people think they have writer's block because they're looking at a blank page and they don't know what to write. And they think, oh, I don't know how to write. I can't write. I have writer's block. But it's just like that child in the playpen. The problem is not with the child. The problem is it doesn't have any toys to play with. And if you're sitting there looking at a blank piece of paper with no prompts, then it's kind of the same thing. You don't have any toys to play with either. Your imagination has no toys to play with. So our goal is to give your imagination lots of toys to play with. So we're chucking all kinds of things into the playpen. We've chucked in an image. We've chucked in the list of words that you generated for yourself. And now we've chucked in a bunch of words from the people on our Zoom. So you have a lot of toys, and like that child in the playpen, you don't have to play with all of them, and you don't even have to play with any of them. You'll sort of pick up this one and that one and see if it kind of fires your imagination. So as you write for 10 minutes, and the point of the 10 minutes is actually, believe it or not, to take the pressure off. That's how it works, because how can you write anything good in 10 minutes? It's ridiculous. So don't try and write well. Just see what your imagination wants to play with all these toys that you have in your playpen. So you can use a bunch of words from the two lists. You can use one word as a jumping off point and maybe never return to the lists at all. Or you can keep coming back to the lists and grabbing other words as you write to feed into whatever train of imagination you're on. So I will start the 10 minutes now, and just let your imagination take the lead. Let your rational mind sit in the passenger seat, and let your imagination surprise you with some combination of images or ideas that maybe you would have never thought of if it weren't for that image and all these words. So here we go, 10 minutes. Now something exists in the world that didn't exist 10 minutes ago. You just wrote it. And you might think, well, so what? And so what is actually kind of a good thing to think, because again, it takes the pressure off of you as you write. So it's a way of training yourself to not be so judgmental and feel like you need always to write something good, because it just doesn't work that way. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But you did write something. And whatever it is that you wrote, we are now going to ask you to read it out loud. That's what we do on our Zooms. We go into breakout rooms and read to an appreciative audience of maybe 5 or 6 other people. You may not have anybody else in the room there with you. If you do, great. Ask them to be your appreciative audience, and just, do that when you read something that strikes them. But if not, you are your appreciative audience, and reading what you wrote aloud is the strongest way that we know to retrain your inner critic to be your inner coach. Because when you hear something that you read out that you like, your body will respond to it before your mind can even make a judgment. If you like it, your body will give you a little hit of dopamine. You'll feel, ooh, I like that. That's good. And this is how you push yourself towards writing to your strengths. This is how you push yourself towards curiosity instead of criticism, and motivation and enthusiasm and enjoyment of writing. So put me on pause now and read what you wrote aloud. I hope you enjoyed that. And before I go any further, I want to credit the image and indeed the gargoyle in the image. Both are by Mandy Stapleford, my friend and neighbor. She makes a lot of gargoyles, and we've used at least a couple of other of her gargoyles as writing prompts over the last 4 years that we've been doing this. And you can find more of her work at mandystapleford.com. You'll find that link in the text below this video. And you will find those other prompts if you are curious about her other gargoyles and what people wrote to them on our Circle site. The Circle is a place where people can post what they wrote, and we archive all the prompts there and what people have posted. So when you go to the Circle, you can read what other people have posted to this prompt, have written to this prompt. and post it there, and also to all the prompts that we've done over the last 4 years. They're all there along with the community list. So if you feel the urge to do this again, you can find all those prompts here on our YouTube channel or also on the circle. And here is how you get to the circle. And while you're at imaginativestorm.com, you might like to check out some of the other things we do. We have books for writers, useful books. The idea is that they're short and contain everything you need to know and not all the stuff that you don't. And none of the fluff and padding to make books as long as publishers feel they need to be. So they're small and tight and we hope perfectly formed. Maybe not quite, but you will also find our audio and video courses of audio and video of Write What You Don't Know. And then we have another video course called The Manageable Memoir. And then we have live retreats as well. The next one, as I record this in May 2025, the next one will be in La Veta, Colorado, in the Spanish Peaks area, a weekend on June 21st and 22nd. So if you're in northern New Mexico or western Oklahoma or the Denver area, it is within pretty easy reach. And then we will also be doing a 4-day retreat at the Lake Eden Retreat Center, where my creative collaborator is currently at the Leaf Festival. We will be doing a 4-day retreat there, November 3rd to 7th. Check it out. It's just a beautiful place, full of history also. And maybe we'll see you there. So thank you for joining me today. And we hope to see you in person, on Zoom, or in your physical body one of these days soon. Thank you.